G'day everyone, we're Krista and Tony, a couple of Australians that have taken a year off to travel the world. Starting our travels in America, we've rented a van for 2 months as we drive up to Canada and back. In this episode, we leave Banff behind as we head towards the small town of Yelm in Washington, passing Emerald Lake and the beautiful town of Golden, where we check out some waterfalls and have a very scary close call with the van. So after we drove Icefields Parkway in the last episode, the first stop was Emerald Lake, which lived up to its name. Just arrived at Emerald Lake. The drive from Lake Louise-ish area to where we are now was pretty amazing. You drive down through a mountain and through a valley. It's incredible.
And I was asleep.
This one was asleep for most of it.
I'm tired.
It's alright, we're awake for this, the main event. Didn't even know you could stay here, but all these cottages are so amazing. I wish we planned in advance. Anyway, next time. There's heaps of hikes here and some beautiful accommodation. However, we didn't have long to stay, so we boosted off to the town of Golden, driving through the amazing Kicking Horse Pass, which was named by a Scottish geologist named James Hector in 1858, where during his expedition, he was kicked by his horse in the chest. So I think they've got these massive chain mesh nets to stop rocks if they fall down the road. So this is the road through Kicking Horse to Golden, and it is, I think they're doing roadworks, but man, it feels a little bit sketchy. The town of Golden is named after the nearby Kicking Horse River, which was originally called the River of Golden Dreams by early explorers due to the colour of the water, which appeared golden in the sunlight. Golden was originally settled in the later 1800s due to the construction of the Canadian Pacific Railway. Here we are at Golden RV Park and Campground. It's just in the town of Golden, and we've just finished cleaning up the dishes and having dinner for the night. And this is the view of our campground. It's kind of nice, but it's weird because we're looking at a school. So we got the last minute spot because we didn't really book in advance, and it's a weekend. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. So next day we packed up and headed south, driving through more beautiful valleys towards Revelstoke and Salmon Arms. So we just pulled over on the side of the road. We're heading through Glacier National Park, and once again, Canada continues to amaze. Every road pull off you stop at has just got incredible views like this. Careful. So we just pulled off to the side of the road and we're now doing Bear Springs Trail, or I think it's Bear Falls. Huh?
Beaver?
Oh, maybe it's Beaver. Hold on, let me check. Okay, so I just checked, it's Bear Creek Falls. Anyway, it's like a 15-minute walk down this slight decline through this beautiful pine forest, and apparently you're rewarded with some, I can never say that word, with some amazing waterfalls. So hopefully we don't fall down this.
It's steep.
It's actually quite steep. Hopefully there's no bears. I don't think there'll be bears. This is pretty incredible. It's a little wet. After Bear Creek Falls, we headed through Rogers Pass, which was named after Major Albert Rogers, an American surveyor who led the first documented expedition to cross the Selkirk Mountains in 1881, discovering a safe route to build a railway line through the pass, which was completed in 1885. Wow, look at these old mountaineers. The road had some amazing pullouts where we stopped at another incredible waterfall and set up for lunch. So after a casual waterfall beer, we headed off to a hike called the Rock Garden. Being a geologist and all, it was a must-see. So we just pulled off the road to do this hike, it's like a walk really, called the Rock Garden Trail, which is pretty awesome. You actually...
Is that a rock or what is this? It looks like a branch.
Hmm?
Is that a rock or a tree?
No, that's a rock. It's just got lots of scratch marks, like striations or
Yeah,
whatever from glacial.
But doesn't it look like a branch?
Hmm. It looks like wood, huh?
The majority of these valleys have been carved out by glaciers that leave behind these large scratch marks that you can see in these rocks. Glaciers form when snow settles in basins or hollows on a mountainside, then compacts to thick, heavy ice over time. As this ice gets heavier, it starts to melt at the base due to the intense pressure. As a result, the whole glacier starts to move down the mountainside, carving into the valley as it slides along.
Anyway, this is the beautiful hike. We've just pulled off the road. It's called the Rock Garden Trail. And we just walked through a whole bunch of rocks that have probably fallen off one of those cliff faces years ago. And
And you can see the freeway from here.
you can see the freeway from here.
Hello there.
So we just arrived in the town of Revelstoke, and we've just gone to Nelson's jump, where he broke all these world records in 1920 something. So this used to be a massive ski jump, and it's pretty cool. There's like a little
Metal cast.
metal cast that you can sit in and feel like a professional ski jumper.
No, I don't like it.
Nelson Hill Ski Slope was one of Canada's earliest permanent ski jumps and the largest natural jump in the country. It's named after famous downhill skier Nels Nelson, who broke the world record in 1925 when he jumped 240 feet.
Is this how big skis are, really?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's pretty big. No, it's not. That's really big.
So this is the view you'd have looking down at the town of Revelstoke, about to jump off the edge. Oh, that's terrifying.
What, your butt action? Okay, we've seen it. Next!
So after checking out Nels Knickers, we set up camp at a nearby campground which had warm showers and really decent set of bathrooms. We didn't book in advance, but we managed to score the second last spot.
Here we are at Snowfrost Campground, which is at the base of that mountain at Revelstoke? Revelstoke. Raven. What's it called again? Revelstoke. So at the base of the mountain in Revelstoke, we are staying at that campground I just mentioned. I'm terrible at these names. And it's actually pretty cool. You're nestled amongst the trees here. You can set your hammock up. And hopefully we don't get eaten by bears. But it's going to be 30 something degrees tomorrow, so hopefully we find some cool places to go swimming. Yeah, got board shorts, so we're good to go. Are you going to go for a swim tomorrow?
Absolutely not.
Ah.
The bears will get me.
The sea bears?
So the next day we headed into town to resupply and then headed towards the town of Kelowna. Just getting some snacks for the road. Hungry man. Here's the hungry man. Yes, we need eggies. Once every like 5 days, 6 days, we'll go to a supermarket and just buy a whole bunch of eggs and other groceries, and it's so much cheaper cooking in the van. It's good. Next up was the town of Kelowna, but first we thought we'd check out a place called the Enchanted Forest.
So we've just entered the Enchanted Forest, and it's pretty cool. There's heaps of like clay molds of different animals and fairy tale creatures. So the lady that first created this place apparently just loved making things out of clay and made stuff without a mold.
And it's very obvious, because I mean, look at this guy.
Yeah, and it's pretty obvious you use a mold.
What, is this a koala?
I think it's a rabbit.
It doesn't look like a bunny. I don't know what it is.
Anyway, she made a whole bunch of animated fairy tale creatures and castles, and I guess made a little theme park out of it. And it's got a ropes course. This place is pretty cool, even as a grown-up without kids. I guess we're just big kids, aren't we?
I want to go in that house as well.
Can you, hey, let me in.
No. No way.
Is there room for two in here?
I think so. This is so cool.
Oh, someone's sleeping.
There's a naked man up there.
Oh my goodness.
Sir.
What sort of house is
Put
this?
on your pantaloons.
I don't know if we should call the police. I can just see a head
God,
there.
there's a slide in here. That's so cool. This would be like a dream come true if I were small.
Can you fit?
No.
No. Maybe we should get out of here. There's too much weird stuff going on. You're a weird woman. I'm calling the police.
King of the castle, king of the castle. King of the castle.
As we drove through the town of Kelowna, we headed to Kal Beach as it was a nice, warm 85-degree day.
And that's where we just were. And now we're at this beautiful lookout where you can see the entire lake. So tonight we are staying at a place called the Orchard RV Park, which is just north of Kelowna, and it's pretty awesome. We're just literally staying in the middle of an apple orchard. Let's find out what Krista's cooking. You eating an apple? Why are you eating an apple?
We're staying in an apple orchard.
All right, what do you got? What are you cooking for us tonight?
Well, tonight we have pork, marinated pork, and vegetables. Ta-da! So we pretty much eat the same thing every night. We just rotate between chicken and pork. But it works. So sometimes we have mashed potatoes.
And it's always delicious.
Of course it is. I mean,
so we're now just passing a town called Oliver. We've started heading south towards the American-Canadian border, get back into America. And this town is amazing. It's like valleys of cherries and grapevines, and I feel like I'm driving through like an arid climate. I'm seeing little cactuses and stuff. Feels like I'm in Spain. So we stopped over and pulled over and bought a whole bunch of cherries. Alright, we are now in a town called Entiat in Washington. So we just passed Lake Chilian, I think that's how you say it, and it looked amazing, but it was packed because it's school holidays now, even on a Tuesday. Couldn't get a camp spot, so we drove to this little town, 30 minutes further south of Lake Chilian, and it's still the same sort of continuing river lake system, which is actually pretty awesome. So yeah, so we just camped pretty much on this, and we're now just getting breakfast ready, and then we're going to head towards Cannon Beach over the next couple of days, so should be good.
So breakfast was going well until we, well, could smell gas. Even after we'd stopped cooking and turned everything off, we could still smell it, which was a little bit strange. So we turned off the main gas valve under the van and drove 2 minutes away near a mechanic, which was luckily just across the road. Turned out we weren't the only ones having an average day. Unfortunately, the mechanic didn't have the part we needed, but luckily there was an RV workshop that did, about an hour's drive south. So we jumped in the van and then headed down.
So we did it, we got it fixed. We pulled into Omar's RV, where they repaired and refitted the gas leak thing, which cost us $200. Pretty expensive, but I could have done it myself.
At
least we're not going to explode. So what we got replaced was this sucker down here.
So these are the two gas valves in the photo here that were replaced. So we didn't explode, we were back on the road and we were eating a few extra punnets of cherries that we'd picked up along the 3-hour drive to the small town of Yelm.
Cherry party!
This is where we were staying the night, at a friend's massive pink palace in the middle of the woods, which kind of felt like we were back at the Enchanted Forest again. Well, that's it for this road trip. Join us on the next one where we head to the Oregon coast, heading to a place called Cannon Beach, which is renowned for its lovable wild bunnies. We'll see you in the next one, and thanks for watching. And because we're a relatively new channel, every like we get and subscriber really helps us out. Thanks!